Yes, please.
Bismillah.
Dr. Sahib.
Huzur, in Surah Yusuf, it's written, فَلَمَّا رَأَيْنَهُ أَكْبَرْنَهُ وَقَطَّعْنَا أَيْدِيَهُنَّ وَقُلْنَا حَاشَ لِلَّهِ مَا هَذَا بَشَرٌ. I looked into the translation of this particular verse, and it came out as they gnawed at their fingers.
Pardon?
They gnawed at their fingers, and somehow I think I would like to have an explanation from you of this particular translation.
You know, this is one verse which has acquired a special importance in another way as well, because we come across another verse which uses the same word regarding the punishment of theft, stealing. So Jamaat Ahmadiyya has always been translating that verse rather broadly, but not by denying the meaning that qatana means, or the word qata means cutting of hands, severing of hands. But it has been emphasizing that the act of stealing has not been mentioned, but professional thieves are mentioned. So if professional thieves are not treated like this, then stealing cannot be stamped out from any country. That has been generally the line. But this verse suggests that the word qata in this particular bab, qata, yuqatir, also has another connotation, which may not mean at all gnawing our hands, because gnawing our hands appears to be a rather remote translation in the circumstances which have been described. Knives and things, all that, and the situation seems to be a very special situation where just the gnawing of hands at fingertips doesn't seem to be the picture. So, qatta, metaphorically, if it's translated, it would mean, and then it could be a pun on the word. Metaphorically it can be translated as they severed their means of approach. They admitted defeat entirely. In that sense, they accepted defeat in the sense that they could not, their scheme failed totally. But telling them now we can't do anything more. The maximum we could, we have done. And yet that man is not influenced in the least. This is why they said he is like an angel. Malakun Kareem is the expression of greatest compliment to the nobility of Joseph, peace be upon him. So in this context, I feel that the metaphorical translation would be not only permissible, but perhaps it should be preferred. That the qatana adiyahunna, they admitted total defeat and frustration at their failure, and as if they themselves severed their hands. That is the means of achievement. Hands, the words adi again are used in the Holy Quran in different connotations, and it can stand only entirely for power and strength, for nothing else. This is why the Holy Quran uses this word vis-a-vis God. Where is the what is this verse? The heavens and the universe we created. आप इस तरफ हो जाएं ताकि इनकी पगड़ी और आपके में दरमियान हाल ना हो. We created the heavens with our hands. So hands are specially used for special powers, to indicate a great source of energy, a very special power. So qattana adiyahunna there would require equal treatment both with the words qata and as well as with adi. Because just to use it metaphorically for one word and not for the other would not be in order. So the best meaning there would be that they themselves admitted a total frustration and admitted having failed in their designs, and they were rendered ultimately incapable of doing anything. That is the sort of meaning which evolves. But gnawing of hands perhaps have been used because in frustration also you have an expression of gnawing at your fingers and fingernails.
But Huzur, somehow it seems the scene has been set already in the Quran. In fact, I think I should have read it complete. In the beginning.
Now I understand what you mean. You mean to say that why not admit physical cutting of hands?
That's my question actually.
No, that is the question. The question can be answered very simply because the word qata, if applied physically, should mean total severing of hands, not just slightly injuring it.
I see. Yes, that's one point.
So that is improbable and impossible.
Indeed.
Number two, if that was done in panic, that was not done intentionally.
In the other case, it would be jarh.
Yes.
Indeed.
Now here, the second objection is that the word qatana, the zameen of this qata returns to the women themselves.
Indeed.
It's not qutya.
Indeed. Yes.
It says qatta aydiyahunna, which means qatana aydiyahunna, which means they intentionally did it.
I see. Indeed.
Their will was involved in this. And why should they do it? If the scene is created for their panic.
Yes.
But if there is a panic, then it should have used the majhool form.
Indeed.
There's the passive form. That it happened so. Not that they did it. Number two, why should every lady do it? What sort of panic there is? There is an order. If every lady there does the same act of cutting her hands, either every woman is totally mad or there is no sense in it, in the whole description of things.
Indeed.
So that meaning is not permissible.
In fact, what
you are compelled to go deeper into it, delve deeper and find out the real sense behind. Why the Holy Quran is acquiring a special style of expression. So the Holy Quran is a wonderful book which keeps to the rules of tales as well as to the essence of things.
Indeed.
For instance, when the Holy Quran speaks of Solomon's court, all that went about it in the minds of people and was said about Solomon in his court in history, the same terminology is used to express a different sense.
Indeed.
But all the glamour of the court and grandeur and everything is described in the same terms. Indeed. Yet an intelligent reader can see through that language, the real meaning behind it, the cryptic meanings underneath every such word. So this is why that lady goes, that scene of the lady sitting with the knife and everything is created to show pageants, to impress Hazrat Yusuf.
Indeed.
That was the reason. They wanted to totally overwhelm Hazrat Yusuf by this grand display of pageantry. Indeed. The lady is sitting in tables and the most beautiful and influential ladies of the town. They came all well decorated to overwhelm him. And when he walked before them, he didn't care, a fig for what was happening. And he was so totally dissociated with this atmosphere that without, besakhta as we say, spontaneously, the expression was, in huwa illa malakun kareem.